Gotta love sports.
Welcome to The Playbook, where we're talking sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. I'm your host, Mina SayWhat, and we're 100% digital, 100% live, and 100% real. Let's count them down. Welcome to The Playbook. It's our digital sports show. I'm your host, Mina SayWhat. We do this every Monday around this time. We talk Philly sports. We talk sports in general. I'm your host, and I want to bring in my other host, Sean Bell, sportscaster and podcaster, and dad of the year because it is Father's Day this Sunday.
You know what I mean? You see the toys behind me. That's gonna be you soon.
I see.
You ain't gonna be able to control where them toys go. They go where the kid says it goes.
Listen, baby girl's gonna know that's your area over there. This is my area.
Okay, we'll see how that works. She gonna be on that microphone quick.
Right. She's gonna be like Deuce with Jason Tatum. Or Steph Curry's daughter, Riley.
Yeah, Riley. It's all up in your business.
Right. Speaking of Steph Curry, let's hop into what's going on with NBA Finals because literally the finals are a wrap this week with their win over the weekend, 107-97. The Warriors have now tied that series. Well, really, Steph Curry tied the series with 43 points. Now that we have 4 games under our belts here, Sean, what do you think is going to happen for the remainder of this season?
Well, I mean, I originally picked the Warriors to win in 6. It didn't look good for quite a while, and it still doesn't look great. The Warriors don't look good because Draymond Green looks like absolute trash. He looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. He looks like he lost all his confidence, right? And that's what you're seeing from him. Klay Thompson is a guy who didn't play for 2 years, so now he's getting tired because he hasn't had a proper offseason. He hasn't gone this long, so you see how Klay Thompson is dragging. And Jordan Poole, who's supposed to be the third Splash brother, is young. Right. He doesn't look like he's in the moment. It's sort of like Philadelphia and Tyrese Maxey. It's right. Not that they're not good. It's just that they're young and have to grow in the moment. So a lot of this, with all those guys not playing well and Steph being great, a lot of this is because Boston hasn't grabbed the bull by the horns. Right? Like, because they're a young team who's never won a championship before. So they haven't grabbed the horns when they should. They've made turnovers after turnovers. Right. Jason Tatum is on track to have more turnovers than anybody in playoff history. He has 91 right now. So that's what it's about. So as soon as Klay Thompson and Draymond Green show up, if they do show up this series, it's going to be a wrap for Boston. Right, it's going to be a wrap. So they better hope those guys don't show up, and they better come through in the clutch. They got to grab the bull by the horns, and they haven't done it yet.
I have to be honest. I'm really impressed with how the Celtics have played, though. I didn't see them really giving the Warriors a competition in this series. So I still do have the Warriors winning, but I'm thoroughly impressed with what those guys have managed to scrounge up, because this is their first time in the playoffs, and the Warriors do have the experience. And although they're not playing well, experience beats every time. It beats inexperience every time. So I am surprised at the Celtics, but I do still have the Warriors taking this away.
Boston has a better roster.
I know, but I just don't think they have the experience, and sometimes that's what it really comes down to.
And that's what
Suns. Look at what happened with the Suns, and not that the Bucks were that much more experienced, but just an example of a great team that just they didn't have it. At this level, everybody's a good team. It's about who does what they need to do in the moments that count, and that's when experience comes in.
No, you're right. Boston doesn't have the experience, especially when they're letting Steph Curry come off the screens, and for some reason, Horford or Williams is backing up and letting Steph get a clean look from the 3-point line. Chase that man off the 3-point line. Right. Don't let him shoot those bombs like he continuously is doing. So, yeah, you're right. But I still have the Warriors winning it all because I think at some point you're going to get Game 6 Klay. And when you get Game 6 Klay, it's over.
I agree. The Sixers made their acting debut. A lot of our guys are now big movie stars in the movie Hustle on Netflix. Adam Sandler put this whole thing together. It's filmed right in Philadelphia. He actually plays a scouting coach that becomes a coach. for the team. So Doc Rivers involved, literally everyone. Tobias Harris had a big role in this film. Tyrese Maxey, Matisse Thybulle, Seth Curry was also featured. Now, Tobias seemed to be the one that was featured the most out of all the players. There was no Joel, but we'll get to that. Let's take a look at some of these behind the scenes from Tobias Harris.
In this movie, I'm playing Tobias Harris on the Philadelphia 76ers. So it's a perfect role for me to walk right into.
Let's clean the teeth over it.
Well, last summer, Boban was shooting, so he was calling me, telling me that he was on set and filming, and he was like, this movie should have Bobby and Toby. And I think he probably told that to enough people. They then decided to call me and ask me to be in the movie.
No, wrong line. Tobias. That's my line. You stole his line.
Damn! That's not his line.
Hey, who trying to win some money?
I remember yesterday coming home, I was like, Adam Sandler, he could be my best friend. Like, he's that cool of a guy. So it's been a pleasure just to be on set with him and then also to see how he works and to communicate to him.
Excellent movie. No Joel Embiid in the movie. However, though, our producer Amir said it was a love letter to Philadelphia, which I really like that. A love letter to Philly basketball. Sean, what were your thoughts on the movie?
I was surprisingly good. Surprisingly. Like, sometimes these things can get way too cheesy. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like, I'm glad they didn't do the Rocky statue and running up the Rocky thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was so Philly without being forced Philly, in my opinion, right? So it was a fun movie. The ending was a Philadelphia ending. Like,
right, you end up not coming to the team.
It felt like Jason Tatum. It felt like Jason Tatum goes to Boston, goes to the championship, and we were too dumb to go draft that individual. It was just like, oh, this is Philadelphia for good and bad.
I was surprised Joel Embiid was not the movie. No, was not in the movie. I'm thinking maybe it was a money thing, but I found that odd. He's our franchise player. Why wouldn't he be in? I mean, even the coach was in the movie.
Yeah, I heard on one of my radio partners said, and I don't know how true this is because I didn't read it anywhere, but he said that he was told that Joel declined to be in the movie so he can train in the offseason.
Wow.
Which
that speaks volumes.
And not really. You could do a cameo. You could do a non-talking cameo. So I don't know. Maybe he just, that's movies and things like that aren't his thing.
I just love how, like, Dr. J was in it, Allen Iverson. They really went out of their way to really capture the spirit of Philadelphia basketball. And even people that actually work for the Sixers were in the movie in different settings. They didn't have speaking roles, but I thought that was really good that Adam went out of his way to make sure that he really incorporated real Philly people to make this really just more realistic of a movie.
Yeah. And shout out to Anthony Edwards. For the Minnesota Timberwolves. Like I didn't feel like he was the villain. I felt like he was just playing himself. Like, I'm just going to say what I normally would say to individuals, and he was tremendous in the movie. I know he's not a Philadelphia guy, but he was tremendous in the movie.
Yeah, he was good. It was a good movie. Definitely check it out. So I started talking about this guy after the Penn Relays. I was at the Penn Relays, and this guy broke records at the Penn Relays. The man's name is Devin Allen. Now, he runs track, but the reason why he's a big deal is because he's kind of one of these dual athletes. He runs track, and now he is a wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. And this weekend, he actually broke another major stat line. He is now the third fastest 110 hurdler. I don't even know if that's a word, but he's the third fastest in all time. He did it in 12.84 seconds at the New York City Grand Prix. Now, the man is fast. I saw him. He can jump. He's athletic. Do you think this is easily going to translate onto the football field?
No. Why would it? Okay.
I'm asking.
This has never worked. Like, this is like, I salute him. He's a hell of a track athlete, and I hope he does something with the Eagles, but this doesn't work. Right? Like
he's an Olympian, Sean.
Maurice Green. Like, if they can catch a football, they would go play football. Like if they would just play football, like Tyreek Hill, one of the fastest
Yep.
individual in the NFL, he's not running track. Why? Because football pays a lot. Track is really every 4 years you have the Olympics, and then in between you can get paychecks, but it's not big paychecks. You get endorsement, it's not big paychecks. So if you can play football from early on as a fast individual, you would play football. So I don't. And the Eagles did this before, not with a track athlete, but I don't know if you remember Jeremy Bloom, the skier, and they were like, "Oh,
I
he's
do
a
remember that.
very athletic guy," and he got cut. He got cut in training camp. So no, I don't believe it. Like Usain Bolt, like he didn't play the NFL. Why? Because most of these track guys have no hands. That's just how it is.
All right, well, we'll see.
I'm sorry to be negative. I'm sorry, Devin. I wish you the best, but
well, it's funny. I had never heard about him until I went to the Penn Relays, and they were saying the new Philly wide receiver, because he joined the team in the offseason. The new wide receiver broke a record, and I said, "The new wide receiver? What?" Yeah, and now he keeps breaking these records. So we'll see if he can translate what he has on the track to the football field. So our Phils were on a 9-game winning streak, which we were elated about considering how the season started. There seemed to be some energy, a burst of energy that really motivated the team after their manager was hired. But now fired. The man was fired. Now, after this 9-game winning streak, they have their first loss against the Diamondbacks this weekend, only scored 1 run. We'll get to what's going on with them, but I want to really just highlight right now Nick Castellanos, who joined us in the offseason. We had high expectations for him, and he has just not been producing for us. Here's what he had to say about just not playing well.
Nick, have you felt any different so far this season just in terms of your approach to play compared to the last couple of years?
Yeah, man. Like I haven't been comfortable all year, but it's only a matter of time. I tell you that. It's kind of one of those things that sometimes you just go through phases where you don't really have a good feeling at the plate, at least for me, So, just one at bat. Honestly, sometimes all it takes is just one swing, man, and then it just clicks and starts rolling.
Well, hopefully that swing is coming soon. What is your assessment from what's going on with the Phils right now, Sean?
I mean, listen, they got a jump by firing Joe Girardi, so they're feeling good, but I'm not a believer yet. Right? Like, you have to do more. We've seen this before. Like last year, August 1st, they won 8 straight. Everybody got confident, everybody felt good, and then they won. Then they lost 9 out of 11. Right? Like, we've seen this from the Phillies before. So it's one of those things where I'm like, you look good, but you're not about to break my heart again. Okay, so I'm going to wait and see.
You're a scarred girlfriend.
It's exactly like a girlfriend. It's like a friend of mine whose man cheated so many times, and then he's faithful for 2 weeks, and then you're like, he's changed. No, he hasn't. Okay, he just hasn't had the opportunity to screw up yet. Okay, he hasn't changed. You have to wait longer than 2 weeks to figure out if that man changed, ladies. So I'm going to wait longer than 2 weeks before I jump on the Phillies bandwagon.
You don't believe that there might be a new energy? I mean, Bryce Harper said this. There's a new energy, a renewed energy because of Rob Thompson, who is now the interim coach. Sometimes it starts from the top down. You don't think that?
I believe it. I believe there is a new energy. But once again, you've done this to me the last 6-7 years. All right. You're not going to catch me. Exactly. I am scarred. I'm a scarred, bitter old boyfriend. So I'm going to wait.
Well, I have confidence in you, Phils. You can break my heart 1,000 times and I'll still believe.
See.
Let's talk about Tiger Woods. He is now a billionaire. Congratulations. According to a new Forbes estimate, the golf icon, his net worth has gone up. He now joins LeBron James, who recently became the first active billionaire in sports. And then he also joins Michael Jordan, known as the other billionaire in this world. It's surprising to me that it's taken this long for any of these guys to achieve any of these feats.
It's called divorce.
Damn, that's what happened.
But Tiger Woods got a divorce and with no prenup. So
and okay, so it
I don't remember what the number was, but it was just like 400 million that she was able to receive. So yes, Tiger Woods has been a billionaire twice over. Okay,
right.
because of that divorce. So Tiger Woods had way more money in his lifespan than LeBron James. Not Mike Jordan, but than LeBron. But salute to LeBron for doing what he's doing. But yeah, absolutely. Tiger Woods, that divorce, it hurts.
It's funny, I didn't even think about that because when I first found out that he was a billionaire, I was like, wait a minute. If any you want to talk about any athlete, that man with all the endorsements that he has, and you know, golf is a very lucrative sport. I was surprised to hear that, you know, he just now accomplished this, considering how long he's been in the game, how at the high level that he's been performing at. But you're right, the divorce. And it's funny, one of my mentors lives down the block from his wife. His wife's house is nice. Well, his ex-wife. That house is nice. It's like a tourist attraction. We were on a little golf cart because, you know, they live on like, you know, they live in like a, I guess like a mansion area where you need golf carts to get around. So we're on the little golf cart. They're like, look, that's Tiger Woods' ex-wife's house. And I was like, wow, it's like an attraction.
Yeah, it's a $300+ million attraction.
Yes. And it's beautiful. So you're right. Well, he made it. Congratulations. Black China, I don't know what's going on with her, but she's been involved in celebrity boxing. She actually ended up on her backside during a recent celebrity boxing match against fitness model Alicia Megan. I don't know who this is, to be honest. I just thought it was hilarious that Black China was boxing. Watch this. So that's Alicia pushing Black China. Now, this match was ultimately declared a draw. But what's going on here? Is the child support check not coming in from Tiger and Black Rob? What's happening?
You see, it's a bag. It's a quick bag. You see everybody doing it. Lamar Odom, Blueface, like everybody's getting in on it. I don't know what they're getting paid, but clearly it's enough. And it's probably a total of 10 minutes for what? You know what I mean? Like some racks. It's like a club appearance to them. So I guess.
Yeah, but it's on pay-per-view, right? Aren't these matches on pay-per-view? That's crazy.
Some of them are. So that means they getting us at least a small cut.
Right. So we're gonna have to put you in the ring, Sean.
I will definitely do it. Okay. I would definitely celebrity fight any media member in this market. Okay. For
they're handing out boxing matches.
Oh, I'm with all the smoke.
All right, let's get into plays this week. NBA, of course, finals. It should be wrapped up by Sunday night. Game 5 tonight, 9 p.m. The Warriors take it back to the West Coast. What are you thinking here?
I'm thinking Golden State. You go home. Your role players are going to play well. Draymond Green can't play any worse. You know, I think Klay's going to start stepping up. So yeah, I think Boston's a little devastated. It's going to be a hard, tough game, but yeah, Warriors.
I agree there. I think the fact that Steph is carrying the team makes the rest of them look bad. And I did see like a press conference when Klay was like, look, we got to start helping him. We got to step up the scoring. So I agree with you there. I think Klay Thompson's going to show out this game. Our Phils, you are heartbroken, but we play the Marlins and then we play the Nationals. You know, are you going to be optimistic about these games? I know your little heart, you know, won't let you love them again.
They have 7 terrible games. Like the Nationals are awful. So they have I think actually 5 games against the National because one's a makeup game. So they're playing a doubleheader. So 5 games 3 against the Marlins, 5 against the Nationals. You should go 6-2 in that stretch.
We got some positivity.
I'm saying you should. I don't know if they will, but they should go 6-2 in that stretch, continue to win. And the Marlins has been the one team, even when the Phillies are great and the Marlins are terrible over the last couple of years, the Marlins keep beating the Phils. Like the Marlins are an arch nemesis for some reason, but yet they're terrible. So if they can win this series, it'll show me a lot that, okay, maybe you're breaking some of your old trends.
Okay, we'll see if we can convince Sean to be up on the Phillies bandwagon again. Maybe we'll get your P hat. All right.
You done cheated on me too long. Okay. All right.
Okay, now get Sean to start pushing P.
Yeah. Now show me your phone. Let me scroll through and I can say, okay, you ain't cheating no more.
All right. We want you to start pushing P.
Okay. P? Okay. I got you. Pushing player, pushing whatever the young folks call it. Pushing Phillies, pushing player. pushing whatever.
That's the Playbook, our digital sports show. Sean Bell, how can they find you?
Sean Bell Live everywhere.
Yes, I'm Mina SayWhat. You can find me here every Monday around this time, talking sports. It's the Playbook. Talk to you next week. Thanks for watching The Playbook. I'm your host, Mina SayWhat, and you got something you want to talk about next week? You can always hit me up on social media at Mina SayWhat, and make sure you join us 1:45 next Monday on R&B Philly's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and